Good evening, and welcome to the November 18th, 2024 Old Bridge Township Council meeting. Please rise for a pledge of allegiance, and please remain standing for a moment of silence and our prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As customary in this chamber, we stand for a moment to remember those who are protecting our freedoms both here and abroad, for our first responders, and for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Please stand for a moment of silence. Our prayer, Mr. Pasquini.
Dear Lord, bless thy servants in the ministry of public affairs who serve you in this chamber. Give us quiet minds and hearts that we may hear your voice. Help us to know when to speak, when to be silent. Give us the strength to oppose the wrong and uphold the right. And grant that we have a good conscience at soul, at peace with thee and with one another. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated.
Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Present.
Let the record reflect that Councilwoman DeCaro is absent. Councilman DePalma.
Here.
Let the record reflect that Councilman Desai, Garcia, and Murphy are absent. Councilman Pasquini.
Here.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Here.
And Council President Sohar.
Here.
This meeting is being held in conformance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice has been given to the official newspapers of the Township on January 6, 2024, and has been posted in public places. Next open public meeting of the Township Council will be held on Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024 at 7:30 p.m.
Thank you. And welcome to the meeting. First, we will do proclamations, presentations. Presentation to Veterans of Foreign Wars, VFW, 125th anniversary. Good evening, Mayor.
Good evening. I'd like to ask the veterans that have come tonight to please come stand up here. We're celebrating the 125th anniversary of the Veterans of Foreign Wars. I was sent an email and asked to do a proclamation, so I'd like to read this for them. Whereas the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States was founded in 1899 by a small group of veterans who returned from campaigns in Cuba and in the Philippines, banded together to create a veterans organization that would advocate on behalf of all veterans. And whereas the VFW is a nonprofit veteran service organization comprised of eligible veterans and military service members from the active, guard, and reserve forces. And whereas the VFW's mission is to foster camaraderie among United States veterans of overseas conflicts, to serve our veterans, the military, and our communities, and to advocate on the behalf of all veterans. And whereas, since its inception, the VFW has been instrumental in establishment of the Veterans Administration, the National Cemetery System, and the creation of every National Veterans Memorial. And whereas the VFW has played a vital role in virtually every significant piece of veterans legislation passed in the 20th and 21st centuries, to include the Honoring of Pact Act, the most significant expansion of veterans benefits in history. And as whereas the VFW's 125th anniversary is observed on September 29th, 2024, and this date shall officially be known as VFW Day. And now, I therefore, Debbie Walker, Mayor of the Township of Old Bridge, the Township Council, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim September 29th as VFW Day in honor of the VFW's invaluable contributions to the veteran community in Old Bridge and around the world. We hereby stand with the VFW to ensure veterans are respected for their service, always receive their earned entitlements, and are recognized for the sacrifices they and their loved ones have made on behalf of this great country.
Thank you, everybody. I'm Ed Mashinsky. I'm the commander of Old Bridge VFW, Post 7508. And I'd just like to thank our mayor for doing this for us and helping us celebrate the anniversary of the VFW. I'd also like to thank her for all the other support that she provides to us and all the support she provides to our veterans. So it makes me proud to be a member of our community. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank all the veterans for what they have done for our country, because we're free here today because of what you guys have done and what you have sacrificed for us. So we want to thank you as a community for all that you've done for us, because you have given way more than we have, and we really appreciate it. And I'd like to give this, and you could maybe put up your VFW. Thank you. Thank you so much.
God bless. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all your service, gentlemen. Have a good evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night. Next will be All Around Old Bridge Arena sponsorship, Anthony Cosentino and David Hernandez.
I love it.
We want the Rangers.
Yeah, what are we doing here, Deb?
It has to be David.
That-
Oh, my goodness.
He's doing it to bother you.
Ah, right to you.
He's doing it to bother you.
That's great. We got to rethink this.
My name is Gritty, and I just want everyone to know I'm running for the at-large position in the next election for Old Bridge Township.
You're not going to win.
Anthony, you want to talk?
All right. So when I'm not gritty, I'm trying to help raise funds for the township, all right? But David Hernandez, Old Bridge Funeral Home, as well as All Around Old Bridge, and Anthony Cosentino with the paper. So a couple of years ago, we were at the Old Bridge hockey rink and noticed some really old ads that were out there. And I brought my son here, who's a hockey player, David. And we've skated on that rink. We enjoy that rink. We have a lot of memories on that rink. So actually, Anthony and I just came up with an idea of trying to put some ads out there. And very much like Old Bridge has always been with us, is we come up with an idea and you guys say, just figure out how to do it. There's always a collaboration that's there that is tremendous when you're thinking about government. There's not a lot of red tape. It's, hey, figure out how to get it done. And last time, I think we presented almost $4,000 to the township. That was the initial hit. And the businesses, most of them did renew. And the renewals obviously are a little bit less than the first time because we want to give the businesses some opportunity to get some sponsorship. But we're very pleased to be able to present another check here this evening. And the check is going to be for $1,500 from the renewal for the ISO. And again, I just want to thank Matt and his team. They, again, from the 5K to the ice rink to all the crazy ideas that we come up with, ultimately it's all about community. It's all about bringing the township together and creating memories for the little hockey players that grow up to be big hockey players, that grow up to have more hockey players, right? And then ultimately, I forget the name of the program, but we were there and we saw
Project Beachhead.
Yeah, Project Beachhead, where we had folks with disabilities that were able to get on the ice, where they would never have been able to have that opportunity. and it just blew me away. And it was something that I've been in town a long time, and I never even knew existed. So it just goes to show how many things this great town is doing. We're just honored to be a part of it and to be servants with you guys. So thank all the council members, thank the mayor, Matt, and all his team. So thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
I want to thank David and Anthony for all they do for our town. They are so involved in our town. From the Hometown Heroes race that David, it takes them months to plan it, and they're at every single grand opening around town. They're very involved, and we're just so blessed to have you here. Thank you for all you do.
Absolutely, thank you. Thank you.
And that is a wonderful program David was talking about with the veterans could go on the sleds so they could actually experience being on the ice. It's wonderful. If you haven't been there, take an opportunity to go. It's great. And we have a wonderful program over here at the arena. It's packed all the time. Seems like more and more kids are ice skating now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And what we'll do is if the mayor wears the gritty head at some point, we'll double this. I know it for a fact, all right? So let's just put that on the record and on TV.
Okay, I guess I'll wear it for if you'll give us more money, but
was
no
quick.
photos.
That was quick.
No
How
photos.
long do you have to
That's
wear
a
it?
quick answer.
That's it.
For 10 seconds is the word.
Wear
Aladdin.
my Ranger jersey.
I know in some parts of town this just looks like a regular citizen, but we're just, I'll leave it at that. All right, thank you.
That was great.
Take a picture of yours together.
We'll take a picture with the check.
Yes, I'm putting the gritty head on them.
Wait a second, someone's calling. Oh, okay. Casey.
Then we can get the counselor too.
Yeah. All right, God bless everybody.
Bye, God bless you, take care, feel good.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to do recognition of the Department of Public Works for receiving NJDEP's Government Award for Recycling.
I'd like to welcome up Casey Lenning, our Head of Public Works, and Barbara Grippy. She works our recycling program. We were very honored this month to receive an award. The New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, in conjunction with the Association of New Jersey Recyclers, annually recognizes excellence in recycling. Their goal is to highlight the success of agencies, businesses, individuals, and others who go beyond the norm to advance recycling and to make these examples available to others who may emulate them. We are proud to announce Old Bridge Township's Department of Public Works received the 2024 Recycling Award in the government category. This was quite a big deal. This was a competition throughout the whole state, and we went about 2 weeks ago when they received the award. It was a really pretty big deal, and I have to say we have the most amazing public works department in the state. I know I've talked to many mayors, and they say, oh, our problem is always our public works department, and I said, not us. We have the best public works department there is. And Barbara does a fantastic job recycling. She runs the clean team, and she does a phenomenal job. Did you guys want to say a few words? I know Barbara doesn't want to, but.
I would just like to thank the mayor, Anna, and the entire council. The support we receive is tremendous, and that's where we're able to shine, and we truly appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe one day, we'll say, take it.
Okay, now we'll do our bill list. Mr. De Palma.
Bill list as of November 18, 2024. Accounts payable November 18, 2024, $26,201,160.43. Payroll, October 25th, 2024, $1,210,534.44. Payroll overtime, October 25th, 2024, $41,265.93. Payroll, November 8th, 2024, $1,482,721.47. And payroll overtime, November 8th, 2024, $49,041.90. That is all.
Okay, thank you. Anna, could we have a breakdown, please, of the overtime?
Sure. Our October 25th overtime did not have any major upticks. The police overtime for that time was $25,367.73. Deduct grants, $6,297.46. Deduct ETO, $4,244.49, for a total of $14,825.78 and 265 and a half hours, men and women hours. Our November 8th overtime had a slight uptick in our road department for their crack sealing projects, that you may have seen them after hours out there doing that, as well as our Halloween spectacular event in our rec department that was very well attended at Cottrell Farm. The total police overtime for the November 8th payroll was $25,554.63. Deduct grants, $3,460.32. Deduct ETO, $7,921.52, for a total of $14,172.79 and 212 and a half men and women hours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do I have a motion? Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli.
Roll call, Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini? Yes. Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
5 yeses.
Next, H1, ordinance for second reading, ordinance of the Township of Old Bridge to rezone certain properties from the OG1 General Zone Office Zoning District to the EDO1 Economic Development Opportunity Zoning District, and to amend 250-35 entitled Zoning Map accordingly. Anyone have any questions? I'd like to get a motion in a second. Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli. Now I will open it to the public. Is there anyone in the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance, H1? Seeing no hands, I will close the public portion and go to roll call.
Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
5 yeses, motion carries.
Ordinance for first reading, FR1, refunding bond ordinance, providing for the refunding of an emergency appropriation related to the settlement of litigation pertaining to Raritan Bay Slag Superfund site, appropriating $7 million, therefore authorizing the issuance of $7 million bond for notes of the township for financing the cost thereof. Do I have a motion?
Move it.
Do I have a second? Moved by Mr. DePalma, second by Mr. Asatuli.
Roll call.
Please.
Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
5 yeses, public hearing set for December 17th, 2024.
Our consent agenda, I will ask for a motion in second and then go for separations.
Move it.
Moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli, and separations, please.
Any items for separation, Councilman Asatuli?
Yes, C9.
C9. Councilman DePalma?
No, thank you.
Councilman Pasquini?
No separations, thank you.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
C5.
C5. Council President Sohar?
No, thank you. Okay, so we'll take a motion on, take a vote on the balance.
Roll call for the balance of the consent agenda. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Pasquitti.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
5 yeses.
Next will be C5, Dr. Greenberg.
Yes, this is a resolution for veterinary services at our shelter, and I understand the need for it, and it's very sad how many animals are in that animal shelter, the care for it. I just didn't know, I know they're doing spays and neuters, I didn't know whether we had any information on that.
I've asked our police department to be prepared for this, with this information for you today, so I'm going to have Herb Doctors come up and speak on that, Lieutenant Doctors. As you do know and you noted, we do have a lot of animals in the shelter, probably more than we've had in a while. So anybody who's interested in going out and adopting a pet, please make sure to visit our animal shelter. You can find all of our information on our website at oakridge.com.
So we only have one vendor that always bids on this, which is a problem too, because they kind of have us, in a bad position. But every year this increases. Inflation, costs increases, obviously. But also this year we've been overrun. You see all the posts of all the kittens that are in there, cats, dogs, you name it, it's in there. So that's why this just keeps increasing, is the overload of the shelter right now. Obviously, a couple of years ago, we took over Monroe's services, so ever since then, it's just been increasing. So hopefully we can, we try every year to find new vendors, somebody that wants to help us out. But Sarah Brook knows that right now they're the only game in town that takes it, so we're at their mercy, unfortunately.
No, I understand, and it's very sad that there's not responsible pet owners for the influx amount that's going into shelter. As the business administrator said, I visited there, I just urge everyone to please find it in your heart to adopt a pet and give it a good, loving home.
Yeah, and obviously the longer they're there, the more medical bills rack up. If it was a quick turnaround with a lot of them, we could still have the abundance of animals there and not have the high bills. But the longer these animals stay in the shelter, the more bills rack up. So that's where we're at.
Okay, do I have a motion? Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli.
Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Pasquitti.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
5 yeses.
C9, Mr. Asatuli.
Yes. Is this for the amphitheater by Cottrell?
No, this is for the pavilion. So if you are by the house, you know how there's the little parking lot right by the house there? There's that little gravel lot area. That's where the pavilion is going, if I'm not mistaken. Nicole, Matt, you guys can correct me. So that's what this is for. And a lot of it was grant funded. I think most of it was grant funded, so. Yep.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Asatuli, second by
Mr. DePalma.
Mr. DePalma.
Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Pasquitti.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
5 yeses.
Okay, report of the township clerk.
I have no report.
I do have one comment. I'd like to say thank you to all you and your staff for all the work that went into this election. It's a lot, and it was I think it went okay with you guys, and I think you guys really tried to make it as best as possible, given all the different things going on around. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next will be township attorney report.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Okay, administrative report, Anna.
I will make up for the lack of reports from everybody, and bear with me, because this is quite long. We recently were awarded our CDBG funding, so we have a few projects that are going to be starting up. First item on my report is the 2024 CDBG road reconstruction. On October 10, 2024, at 1 p.m., bids were received, open, and read in public for the 2024 CDBG road reconstruction contract number 2024-54. Bids from 10 contractors were received, with Miko Inc. being the lowest qualified bidder. Construction includes resurfacing the entire length of Prospect Avenue. This project is partially funded by the Old Bridge Township Community Development Grant. The award of this contract was included on tonight's consent agenda, with construction scheduled for winter '24. Number 2, 2024 Annual Tree Planting Program. On October 9, 2024, at 1 p.m., bids were received, open, and read in public for the 2024 Annual Tree Planting Program contract number 2024-56 from 4 contractors, with Sunset Creation, Inc. being the lowest responsive bidder. The contract work includes planting various types of trees within the roadway right-of-way of township roadways, in township parks, and/or in township open space properties. This project is fully funded by the Old Bridge Township Tree Trust Fund. The award of this contract was included on tonight's consent agenda, with planting scheduled for spring '25. 2024 Annual Road Resurfacing Phase 2. On November 8, 2024, at 1 p.m., bids were received, open, and read in public for the 2024 Annual Road Resurfacing Phase 2 contract number 2024-57. Bids from the 11 contractors were received, with Miko Inc. being the lowest qualified bidder. The scope of the work for this project includes the resurfacing of 4 additional township roadways: Bentley Avenue, Bushnell Road, Mercer Road, and Ridner Lane. In general, the work includes milling, resurfacing, pavement striping and markings, installation of under drains, and construction of ADA-compliant curb ramps. This project is funded by the Old Bridge Township Capital Bond Ordinance, and the award of this contract was also included in tonight's consent agenda, with construction scheduled for winter of '24. Perrine Road and Waterworks Road Improvement. On November 7th at 1 p.m., bids were received, open, and read in public for the Perrine Road and Old Waterworks Road Improvements contract number 2024-49. Bids from the 10 contractors were received, with Miko Inc. being the lowest qualified bidder. The roadway and intersection improvement for Perrine Road and Waterworks Road includes slight intersection realignment, milling and resurfacing, new pavement striping, and installation of RPMs to delineate lanes and improve the overall safety for drivers, especially at night or during inclement weather where vision may be impaired. All traffic signage will be upgraded to ensure they conform with the MUTCD standards for retroreflectivity. These improvements will provide viable and safe routes for large truck traffic while improving the local transportation system with the freight industry. This project will be fully funded by fiscal year 2021 NJDOT Local Freight Impact Fund Program grant. The award of this contract was included on tonight's consent agenda, and with construction scheduled for winter of '24 for the duration of 200 calendar days, including winter shutdown. Old Waterworks Road Improvement. On November 7th at 2 p.m., bids were received, open, and read in public for the Old Waterworks Road Improvement Contract 2024-53. Bids from the 11 contractors were received, with Miko Inc. being the lowest qualified bidder. The project will be fully funded by the fiscal year 2022 NJDOT Local Freight Impact Fund Program grant. The award of this contract has been included on tonight's consent agenda, with construction scheduled for winter of '24 for the duration of 180 calendar days, including winter shutdown. Cindy Street Resurfacing Phase 1. The Township of Old Bridge has been selected to receive $642,712. Having issues today, I'm sorry. $642,712 in funding from the New Jersey Department of Transportation fiscal year 2025 Municipal Aid Program for resurfacing of Cindy Street between Galb Road and Jersey Avenue. The work includes, but is not limited to, a complete milling and resurfacing of Cindy Street, replacement of concrete curb, repairs to portion of stabilized base course that exhibit alligator cracking, construction of 88 public sidewalk curb ramps as required, stormwater upgrades, painting of crosswalk and stop bars, and resetting or replacement of traffic signs. For more information on all the above-mentioned projects, you'll be able to see the information listed on our Old Bridge website at oldbridge.com/projects. Before I finish and continue my report, I just want to thank the engineering department as well as the finance department for spending the last few months getting all of this together, putting out the bids, opening all the bids, and putting all this work together. It's nice to see all this hard work coming to fruition and all the grant money that we received to get this work done. So thank you to the engineering department and our finance department. Number 7, fall leaf collection. Fall leaf pickup continues this month in all wards. Only leaves placed in paper bags will be picked up. Please do not use plastic bag for the full schedule. Please do not use plastic bag. For the full schedule, please visit oldbridge.com/recycling. Police Department No Shave November charitable event. The Old Bridge Police Department started its No Shave November charitable event as it transitions to long-sleeve uniforms. During this event, the Chief of Police will relax grooming standards. To be inclusive of all officers who want to participate, male officers may grow facial hair and female officers may wear nail polish. Officers participating in this event will make monthly charitable contributions to different causes. As in years past, this event will continue until the department transitions back to short-sleeve uniforms sometime in May. The donation will be made to each charitable cause at the end of the event. Number 9, Township Annual Holiday Celebration. Our annual holiday celebration will be on Tuesday, December 17th at 4:30 p.m. in the Civic Center. The tree and menorah lighting will start at 7:30 p.m. For more information, please visit oldbridge.com/recreation or call 732-721-5600, extension 4999. Our ice arena is in full swing for the season. Please come out for any of our public skating sessions. The full public session list, which includes dates, times, and fees, is available on our website at oldbridge.com/recreation. The Township will hold a rabies vaccination clinic for dogs and cats on December 7, 2024, from 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the Public Works Garage. There are a limited number of vaccines available and pre-registration is required. For more information and to pre-register, please call the Township's Clerk's Office at 732-721-5600, extension 2200, Monday through Friday between 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Finally, our food bank, as you all know, operates year-long, and I know a lot of people come out during the holidays to donate, and we very, very much appreciate that. One question that we get often at the food bank is if we accept turkeys. A lot of us get those free turkeys at the grocery stores. The food bank will gladly accept your frozen turkey. Please make sure it's frozen. Do not bring it thawed. You can drop it off right at the food bank. The food bank is open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Thank you very much.
Does anyone have any questions or comments for Anna about the report? Okay, seeing no hands, I'll ask for a motion to approve it. Moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli.
Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. Yes. And Council President Sohar.
Yes.
5 yeses.
Okay, thank you, Anna. Next will be public comment on any subject matter for a maximum period of 3 minutes.
The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. This section is open for any topic or items in the consent agenda in accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A and the Old Bridge Rules of Council. The council asks the public to limit their comments to 3 minutes or less. Only one member of the public shall approach to speak to council at a time. The council will respect the public's time by refraining from any comment until the speaker is finished with their allotted time. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of a meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the corresponding department's office during regular business hours. Township clerk will regulate the time during the comment portion of our meeting. As you approach the microphone, please state whether you are a resident of Old Bridge or not, no names or addresses.
Okay, thank you. We'll now open it up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who wishes to come and be heard? Good evening.
I'm a resident of Old Bridge, and I'm a little bit confused. The reason I attended this meeting was because we received a letter indicating that this particular subject will be discussed during today's meeting. And if you are interested, you can attend that. So I attended, but I looked at this thing, and that does not exist here. So I'm not sure why that subject is not on this agenda today. And this is related to, I live in a Oaks at Glenwood community right off Route 9. And it's a new community. And there is a developer there, which is Kehoanian. And we received a letter from their attorney indicating that there is going to be a discussion today in this meeting to the town about the bond that town is holding against them, and that money will be paid to them for certain improvements that are being done. And if anybody has any questions, we should attend that meeting as a homeowner.
Sorry, sir, I did want to let you know that it was on. We received an email from the attorney this morning, or actually this afternoon, requesting that it be adjourned. So it had to be removed. They couldn't meet the requirements for release.
Okay, so we did not get any information on that. So what does that mean? It will be on future date now?
Future date, and they will be required to renotice because they're talking about a future date sometime next year.
So again, we will be notified of that, I assume, right?
Yes.
And just for clarity, if you don't mind, can you explain what this bond means? So like, do we town hold certain amount of money and you are not going to give it to developer if the conditions are not met?
Yeah, well, we can have, Anna, do you want to explain, have Nicole?
Nicole, would you mind coming up and explaining the bond, please? Thank you. Nicole Shapiro is our township engineer and director of community development.
Because that letter was sent to you as a seat.
There are 4 phases in the Oaks development, right? You live in one of the phases. On tonight's on tonight's agenda was a hearing for the release of the bond for phase 1B.
Yeah, 1B.
1B. After the 4 phases are done and they release the performance guarantee of each of those phases, they go into a maintenance period for 2 years. So Kehavanian would be responsible for the roadways, not only within your development, but 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, for a period of 2 years. After 2 years, they come back to this council, and we put an ordinance on to take over those roadways. The Brunetti organization are in charge of the main improvements. For example, Schulmeister Road, Astor Circle, Portaluca Drive, and a portion of White Oak Lane. Same goes for him. He's on performance guarantee. He's not anywhere near close to getting a maintenance bond or release because he has to construct the final base course. He doesn't want to do that step until construction in the back for the residential homes are near complete. So right now, I think one of your concerns are potholes along Schulmeister and Astor Circle. Was that you?
Yeah.
I did respond back via an email. Did you receive?
I did not receive any email.
What was your first name?
Rashmikan?
Okay.
I mean, this was the letter I sent.
Oh, this was a letter. Okay, there was an email too. One of the homeowners had sent an email asking the same question. So everything that I had said tonight.
Email address, so I could not send the email from the attorney. He did not give us any information on the email. So
Yes.
he said that you have to send the letter. So I sent it to engineering department.
Yes, I did get this, yes.
And as well as the main person, I guess.
Yes, but I think one of your main comments was, I think Schulmeister or Astor Circle there was a pothole in
The
it.
comments, that is the third one, last one.
Yes,
Astor Circle has a lot of potholes, and it is really very difficult to drive on that road, especially at night, because there are potholes and there are raised manholes. Some of them are so high that you simply, if you went over it, you're going to damage your car. And some people have damaged their cars at night, not realizing. So you have to go around it, and the problem is you literally have to go on the opposite side of the road, oncoming traffic. And you are taking a risk.
so
There are a lot of near misses from what I hear,
the developer, which is the Brunetti organization for Astor Circle and Schulmeister, had given me a guarantee last Friday that he's mobilizing his crew. You have to understand, though, he has to put a contract together for his crew to go out there and do that. It's not only the potholes, but what we've noticed is the utility trench repairs have been settling on the roadways, and it's typical because it's only base repair that's out there. So you have 3 layers to a pavement box. One is your dense graded aggregate, which is coarse material, then your base repair layer, which is about 5 inches thick, and that's what you're driving on, and then the 2-inch surface course, which is that smooth road. The manholes out there, although they are raised, they are ramped. So he is doing the right thing by ramping those manholes. Our inspector was out there and showed me that they were ramped correctly, but we've had him go out there.
Right.
Yeah, and take
Most
a
are
look at
okay,
it.
you can go over it.
Yep.
You have to go very slowly, obviously.
Yes.
But some are higher. I mean, obviously, some people have damaged their car.
Yes, I did ask our inspectors to ask the contractor and to ask the Brunetti organization to put signs as, it's still a construction zone, right? So there's not much I can have him do. I cannot force him to pave the roadway because it's still a construction
I
zone.
fully understand.
Yeah.
What about the potholes?
Yeah, he's mobilizing. He said on Friday, he's mobilizing to get out there so that he could have his crew. And just so you know, not even this email, there was one before this. Not even.
People sending them.
Yes, as a result of the notification for the bonds hearing tonight, it wasn't only you. It was probably about 2 or 3 either emails or the HOA company had gotten in touch with me to basically say the same thing. And what I've told him is I have reached out to the developer. He did promise me, but even though this is November 5th, he promised me only last Friday. So I don't know how fast was it mobilized, how fast was it mobilized, but we go back and forth with the developer.
Now, one question. So let's say we wait a week or 2 weeks. If the potholes are still there, like who do we approach? Because I'm not even sure whether it is Kehovenian or some other.
The streets, and I'm going to, the same email I sent to the developer, the Brunetti Organization for Astor and Schulmeister, I will remind Kehovenian that although I think on 1A, they are on maintenance guarantee already, but on 1B, they aren't on it. And maintenance guarantee is for major defects, but that still leaves the maintenance responsibility in their court. It does not, even though they are surface course, it does not give us the obligation. So right now, at this time, none of the roads in the single-family homes and the main roads are not the township's responsibility unless accepted by ordinance.
I understood that.
Yeah.
So another, and I got it. Another issue was about the detention basins that are, behind certain houses.
Yes.
For,
That
collecting the
specifically I addressed with Kehovenian, that they are too. And I guarantee you is why Ms. Hutchinson got a call today to say that they were pulling off tonight's agenda.
Because I really, really wanted to make sure that you don't release the bond money. Because what I hear from, we are on phase 1B, now phase 1A, which was ahead of us about a year ago.
A year, 2 years ago.
And that money has been given back to Kehovenian, from what I understand. And that
Then they're on maintenance guarantee, so we have more money. So we give the performance guarantee back, but we keep 10% of the performance guarantee as a maintenance bond.
Okay. Because this is what happened before the meeting, the phase 1A HOA president, he called me up and he said, oh, you're going to attend the meeting. Make sure you bring it up because our detention basin is still not fixed.
I hope they're watching.
And that was like 2 years ago.
So with the detention basin, it's a little bit different. I want you to go back home and I want you to check your HOA bylaws because I believe that the detention basins are the responsibility of the HOA. So I don't know if maintenance is triggered by 2/3 sale of the homes, 2/3 of the homes within your phase. When they get sale, it does the transfer of the maintenance go to the homeowners association. When you check it, I'm going to check it tomorrow too. And tomorrow you're going to give me a call and I'm going to walk you through that. But right now, if they were to appear tonight, that detention basin and the area around it should be pristine. And so again, I'm pretty sure that call was not a coincidence.
I mean, I live very close. I have pictures. I have taken pictures. What it is, detention basin, when it rains, it fills up with water. In 48 hours, the water is supposed to go down and it should be dry. We did not have rain for last, what, month, 2 months? We all know that, right? I still see water there.
Yes.
I mean, just think about it. So that promotes all the mosquitoes and all kind of.
Yeah, typical. And the same thing is happening over by the new shops, over by where ShopRite is and Regency Center. And you know, and I'm not going to bore council and you, but if it's a detention basin, there's an orifice, and the orifice is about this big. And so the orifice is probably blocked. And all it means is somebody's got to go in there and swipe whatever's blocking it out of the way.
Absolutely. I think that's exactly what is happening because their maintenance guy came.
Yes.
And I talked to him, and he said, yeah, they need to empty it out and they need to, clean it up and whatnot.
Yes.
But, okay, fine. But when is it going to be
All right,
done?
so-
In other words, they leave and then it becomes HOA responsibility, and homeowners won't be happy about it because
Right.
the issue is already there.
Yes.
It's not working right now.
Right. The continual maintenance of the removal of debris after every rainstorm event, that detention basin or infiltration basin, I'm not sure what you have there, has to be inspected within 24 hours of the end of the last rainfall event. If they're not doing that, that's part of the maintenance manual for the stormwater management facility, and I will talk to them on that. But this exact sentence that you wrote here, I had forwarded that to the developer. Kay Halvanian is responsible for that detention basin. I think they kind of did by not coming.
Yeah, I mean, as long as,
that's
town
all
is
right.
aware of
Listen.
it. I just wanted to make sure.
Absolutely.
We are not left with, HOA is gonna, everybody will complain
you-
about all the
Right,
homeowners.
you were told to come, and that's what you did. That's why we took the time to explain.
No, I'm really glad.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
very
you
happy
know,
that
you
explained
did.
to
You
us.
took the time
I
to
didn't
come
know
and-
this thing. This is the first meeting I'm
Yeah,
ever
no,
attending.
Good.
So excuse me if I'm
No,
not.
no, welcome. No, it's
meeting
fine.
the protocol or anything like
No,
that.
It's fine. It's fine. And then if you're going to follow up with Mrs. Shapiro, so she'll be able to give you some
What
guidance.
you can keep it. I mean,
I have a copy, but if I could borrow a pen and you could write me your email?
Okay.
Thank you, Nicole.
All right.
And so feel free to share our conversation with the homeowners.
I think
And
they're all gonna be asking us.
tomorrow, there's gonna be a YouTube link on our website. They could play this back, and then you don't have to tell them anything.
All right, very good.
I don't know whether I'm getting into deeper hole here. But thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure meeting you. Welcome to Old Bridge.
Thank you.
Good
Yes,
stuff.
we love this place. We came from Bergen County. This is so much peaceful.
Keep it a secret. Let's keep it a secret between us, okay? You have a good night. Thank you very, very
You
much.
too. Bye-bye.
Is there anyone else in the audience who wishes to be heard? Oh. Okay, no? Okay, seeing no hands, I'll close public portion and I'll go on to the council comments.
Councilman Asatuli.
Yes. So first and foremost, I want to thank the veterans of this great country. Without them, freedom isn't free. I know I have one right in the audience, and the ones that left appreciate your service more than you know. Number two, I just want to thank everyone. I know the selection, and especially the last 4 years, has been kind of a wild ride, right? Like everybody put their head up when I said that. That was kind of interesting, right? But the best part about it, I just want to say thank you to everybody that supported me in this election. I really appreciate all of you. And what's the best thing about this job? It's pretty simple. It's what's important to you is important to us. And that really kind of sums it up, right? It's not about us. It's we ask you questions, kind of what you need. And if we can provide that service for you, that's what elected officials do. We want to make your lives a whole lot easier. And with the staff that we have and my constituents up here, I appreciate you all and all your support. And I promise you to continue to support you, because it's always about one thing. It's always about we the people. And that's why we do this. So I want to thank you. And to all the families that are celebrating, Thanksgiving is coming. I think we have so much to be thankful for, so much to really be grateful for. that, when I wake up in the morning, I'm just so thankful, to be alive and be free. And that's something I think we take for granted sometimes. We live in the greatest country in the entire world, and I'm blessed and thankful to the people that protect it, public safety, more than you'll ever know. We appreciate you. Have a great, great holiday, and thanks again for everything.
Councilman DePalma.
Thank you. So, Councilman Astulli talked about the veterans. I would like to thank the veterans. We weren't here prior to that, so happy Veterans Day to everyone who served. I did want to just bring up one thing. So today we voted first reading on a bonding for the Raritan Bay Slag Superfund site. And I'm sure some other folks may speak about this, but just so to reiterate what we've kind of spoken about through, I don't know how long this has been going on at this point. I think longer than I've lived in the town. This cleanup is at the behest of a lawsuit from National Lead on a site in Lawrence Harbor that was designed and built by the Army Corps of Engineers. And now we as taxpayers are on the hook for the cleanup of the lack of forward planning or the lack of planning that they did at the time. So I just want to make sure that the residents understand that that large sum of money, that $7 million, has nothing to do with the current or past administrations of this town. This has to do with the fact that the federal government had folks come in, create this project, and then years later say it's wrong. Oh, by the way, you own this land. It's now on you. So just want to make sure that folks understand that the history behind this is not at the behest of Old Bridge Township or at the time Madison Township. It's at the federal government, and now the federal government is telling us, well, we built it on your land, now you get to pay for it. So I would like to encourage everybody that's hearing this to start to reach out to your federal government representatives, right? Frank Pallone, Bonnie Watson Coleman, all the folks now, Senator Andy Kim, start reaching out to these folks and ask them, why are we on the hook for something that you all did? Where is our money that we put into the federal government? Why do we have to now go further into our pockets for this? Because we need to understand from them is, what are they doing to help us? Everyone likes to show up on an election cycle and say, hey, we got this $200,000 grant for this, $100,000 grant for that. How about we show up when our taxpayers need it, when we have a $7 million bill for something we did not do? So I encourage everybody that's listening to this, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors. Let's start reaching out to our federal representatives to see what they could really do for us instead of just showing up for a photo op. And then finally, just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Please enjoy every minute you have with your loved ones this holiday season, from Thanksgiving all the way through the end of the year. Thank you.
Councilman Pasquini.
Yes, thank you. Just want to echo Councilman Asatulli's words and Councilman DePalma's words. Yeah, that Superfund slag cleanup was very, very disappointing. But we were cornered, and the federal government was threatening us that we were going to pay the entire $120 million, and they just bullied us, and there's really no choice. So we got stuck with that. So contacting your federal representatives is definitely the thing to do. I don't know if they can help us or not, but it's definitely worth a try. Also want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and I also wanted to say this past election was wonderful. Our clerk and her department, all her workers, worked really hard. I could not believe how quickly, Sonia being one of them, just packing stuff away, sorting things. Everybody had their jobs to do, and it went really, really well. I was amazed. And most of you know that I've been doing poll working for over 30 years. So I've seen it all. And it was really kudos to the workers. You guys did a really, really good job. Thank you.
Yes, I did want to also state that we had workers from many departments. We had Public Works helped, we had Parks and Rec, we had people from engineering, we had people from the tax collector's office, and the job that everybody did was outstanding. We were in and out of here, everything was smooth, there were no issues, and believe it or not, we were the first ones back with all our results to the county. Doesn't happen.
Let's go. Let's go.
The clerk's office staff especially, they work very, very hard. It's a lot of pre-planning, and they just keep on grinding every year. Okay. Council Vice President, Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes, I want to thank the Pet Center for sponsoring the Old Bridge Animal Shelter Fall Adoption Event in the parking lot at the shops. And as I said earlier, if you can find it in your heart to please visit our animal shelter and adopt a pet. There's so many wonderful pets that need loving homes, and it would be greatly appreciated to give them a loving home to live throughout their whole life. I also want to thank Karen Marderis for another fantastic year for the soccer season for Just for Kicks. It is amazing what happens on that field on Higgins Road with the special needs kids, all the people that are involved, the buddies, the coaches. It's wonderful. And to see the kids' smiling faces when they have their award ceremonies at the Grand Marquis. And this happens because of a lot of people pitching in and sponsoring. The Grand Marquis does a great job sponsoring it every year and all the donations they get. And it's a great program, and I really appreciate all the work and effort that they have. Once again, I also want to thank Eric, Tony, and Darren for bringing up about the slag, because to me it's very bizarre that the federal government gives people permission to put the lead, encapsulate the lead in that area, yet X amount of years ago, a year later, we're responsible for it when it wouldn't have happened. We didn't give permission, the federal government did, but we're on the hook for the money. So it doesn't make any sense the way it works. We want to get it cleaned up. We're forced into this settlement, essentially, and we hope that the federal government kicks in and takes over so the taxpayers doesn't feel the brunt of this for something that happened nearly 40 years ago. And I wish everyone a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family and friends, and stay healthy and safe. Thank you.
Council President Sohar.
Yes, thank you. I also attended a lot of the events that were spoken about, and we also had the Historical Society did their 57th annual Apple Festival. And it's always such a nice day. It's great to see everybody out enjoying all the different things that they do, reenactments and the baking of the homemade pies. It's a really nice tradition here in Old Bridge, and that Historical Society really goes out of their way to make such a really nice program. So I wanted to say thank you to them. I was at the Just for Kicks, of course, Karen and her staff. It's unbelievable what they do. I believe Mr. De Palma's daughter was a buddy this year. So, you know, we just keep moving forward with that, and it's made such great strides. And I think everyone is really just so proud to support. So everyone have a happy Thanksgiving and a healthy Thanksgiving, and just enjoy the season. It's special, and you should be with your family. It's a very special time. Thank you. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli.
Roll call. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilman De Palma?
Yes.
Councilman Pescetti?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Doesn't bother me. What?
Adjourn at 8:30 p.m.